No. Well, hello everybody and good evening. It is I, Non-Zero VT, coming at you live, and this is probably going to be the most feral down bad stream I have ever had, and okay, I know you're getting that out preemptively, but you should have waited until, probably until Foley was on screen. Then that would have been a little bit more warranted. Yeah, I may end up going full fucking down bad tonight because holy shit, Warframe just added one of the thickest Warframes they have ever added, and it is not even fucking close. Like, you see that? You see that? You see that little title, that little totally normal stream title down in the corner of my screen? Yeah, chat, I'm not fucking kidding you. Silence, Dratty. All right, buddy. Rolling right in with that. But yes, today we are in fact playing Warframe. Here in a bit, I'm going to drink my coffee and then we're going to load up the game. Warframe just had their latest update. And, you know, also Warframe just had their PAX East announcement. Seems like they are trying to kill their community with how hot they're making their Warframes. They're also making the funny cum gun viable. Wow. I'm having a day. Anyways, anyway, we're gonna be playing some more Warframe today, and we're gonna start grinding out for Foley because holy shit, let me look this up. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys what the fuck I'm talking about, and I need you to understand why I'm going crazy. Did you enjoy Sen's stream? I was in there for a little bit. Okay, I can't find a good image that isn't somebody else's fashion frame. I was in there for just a little bit. Though, to be honest, how do I put this? Good lord, does she suck at golf? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She's gonna do just fine. Anyways, I'm telling on you, do it. What's she gonna do? Legitimately, what is she gonna do? She can't hurt me. Do it. No balls. I have her chat up right now. I have her chat right up now. You're all fucking talk. I don't see shit. Yeah, and you know what? I deal with... Wow! All right, you put your money where your mouth is. Watch nothing happen. See? Told you. Anyways, at least you had the balls to do it. At least you had the balls to do it. All right, I could respect that. All right, pulling out of her chat. Wait. Can I have one stream where I don't make a massive Freudian slip? Just one. Just one fucking stream. One stream. That's all I ask. Anyways, she didn't acknowledge it. So, nothing to worry about there. And then later in stream, I'm just gonna get like a very angry DM. Cynical is great though. She's gonna do fine. She's gonna do fine. She's just struggling a little bit. just a little bit. All right. Give me just one moment to load up into Warframe. Okay, please don't play a cutscene. I have my game audio off. I have my game audio off. Okay. All right, let's head on into the games room. All right. Oh, the Requiem relic rework came out finally.
Revere Tenno.
I'm gonna turn down music.
But I reject these lies. Kozai face down, the wolf of Saturn VI alone. Such a man does not just perish like a dog. You must think this strange, but I beg you, travel to the wreckage of Vesper Relay. There, we will search for the truth. Aspirant Zorba.
All right. So, chat, let me show you exactly the frame we are farming for, and you will understand why I am atrociously down bad about this. They made her thick as fucking hell. Holy shit. Like absolutely crush the shit out of your pelvis thick. Like, fuck the Amazon press. I'm talking ink press over here. Anyways. We're farming for her. And I'm well aware that I need to be castrated and put down like a horny cocker spaniel. I'm aware. I am 100% truly aware of the fact that I am down feral right now about this. We're gonna turn the volume just a little bit. It's a little loud. I'm noticing there's no comments from the peanut gallery, so I'm hoping I didn't scare off Lamp or anybody else from stream tonight. Anyways, I know what I like. I know what I'm about. I don't want to hear a word of judgment. I see what you sick fucks do to fucking Leon Kennedy all the fucking time. And you know, it's just, you know, you have no room to judge me. No room to fucking judge me. All right. I think. What are we feeling for? Did stream just crash? No. It's doing the stupid bitrate thing again. Okay, I'm gonna call Spectrum and ask what's going on at some point. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I paid specifically for their highest tier plan. And this shit happens. I fucking love Spectrum. I'm calling them tomorrow. I don't know what's going on, but my bitrate shouldn't be tanking this much. It's always at the most random times. Okay, let's get back to where we were. I think we're gonna go Kuva Sobek because I like it. I like everything exploding on screen. And Uriel because I love setting the world on fire. And Epitaph looks fine to me. Okay, good. Good, because I was legitimately about to threaten a local Spectrum employee with bodily harm. I do not like Spectrum, in case that wasn't obvious. Okay, so Vesper Relay. Follie's Hunt, the Steel Path. I don't want her hunt, I want her... I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Yeah. Let's not skip the cinematic. Ooh, we're getting kind of creepy here.
There. Follie's shadowgraph. A window into a dark soul that my master only barely escaped from. Do you understand, Tenno? I am asking you to venture into its darkness.
I will venture into any darkness if it involves that thick frame.
Follie is here. You cannot kill her, but you can outsmart her. Finish again.
Shadowgraphs. What am I supposed to do here? Is there something I was supposed to grab, or? What? What am I supposed to do? I love it when the dev team expects everyone to have watched the dev stream. Find paint? What paint? Ay, ay, ay. What am I supposed to be doing here, game? Oh, my word. All right. One thing I hate about digital extremes, they expect literally everybody to watch their dev streams. When they release new content... Okay. 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 Oh no, no, not one of these. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, so it's one of those missions where they expect you to have your operator kitted out. Are you kidding me? No, that's just great. That's just great. Love that. Which means trying to farm the non-steel path version of this just is not possible. Oh, this is going to be a very frustrating mission, isn't it? Okay. We're gonna have to abort mission and re-kit out things. That's so annoying. I fucking hate operator content, bro.
A new quest is available in your codex.
I seriously do. Because it means if your operator isn't fucking kitted out by doing the absolutely asinine 3-week grind of fucking standing, you're fucking useless. Fucking hate that. We're just going torrid. So annoying. Whoever designed that honestly needs to be fired. And I guess we go Unairu. Oh no, it was Madurai. That way we don't die as easily. Anyways, now you know why I hate operator content. You know, I despise just having to rely on the fucking... I don't want to play as the fucking pathetic twink that pilots my warframe. I want to play as the fucking warframe I am. I fucking hate that shit.
Vesper relay. Not as it was. distracted when he ventured into Follie. Follie is here.
Anger inducing.
Cannot kill her, but you can outsmart her. Yes, you can.
Well, at least I can use my frickin' void mode. Okay. Gonna have to catch me. Okay. What the fuck hit me? Okay. I need an explanation as to what's going on. I just want to know, why does it do so much damage and where's all my energy? Please just die. Please die. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it looks like we can briefly knock her out. And now I just need to find canvas. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Should be fine just to slip past most of these.
When we are bad, there are consequences. No need to rush. Let it out, a little at a time.
Okay, could you not?
You can go when you've finished painting. Just relax. It takes as long as it takes.
I'm so confused as to what's happening here. Okay, what does this do? Alright, splattering touch. Enemies deal extra damage and explode when touched. Are you kidding me? This reminds me of Terran Pass and reminds me of the Citrine grind way more than I like. Oh, this is going to be a frustrating grind. I really hope it's worth it. Please, 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 I can make it. Let me make it, let me make it, let me make it! Oh, frick me. Okay. Enemies do... What is gigantism?
Nothing is coming to hurt you. You are safe.
Oh my word, this is extremely frustrating. I'm gonna have to equip a frame that literally can't die.
Make you feel. You're becoming quite agitated. Good. We're getting somewhere. You are seeing all of your bad qualities.
Oh my word.
Anger, distrust. You are strangling them.
Shut up, Foley. It's gonna kill me again, isn't it? Yep. Who the fuck? What the fuck? How rare is her drops? Alright, what frames do we have that are just functionally immortal? This is frustrating. Revenant won't be helpful here. Not Grendel. Thank you, Lamp. Very, very, very prudent. Chat, get a community that will just casually rip ass directly in your face while you're streaming. That'd make a great out-of-context soundbite. Maybe I should start collecting out-of-context soundbites and have like a channel for them in my Discord. Brave Spirit is pretty set and forget as in terms of an immortality thing, but it's not really necessary for this mission. Wisp probably won't be much help. Like some sort of compilation? Sort of. Just I've already done a compilation of some of my out of context moments. No, this is just like you know, if you're bored, you can just post a random soundbite of like my stream and then post it in a Discord channel, and then I go over it and, you know, try to see what I remember and what I don't. Let's try Hildren. I don't know if this is going to be viable, but considering the fact that I mean, her shields are just fucking massive and really hard to kill. Do I have Arcane Barrier? Yeah, we're gonna equip that. No, that's the unranked version. I have a rank 1. Too bad I can't put Arcane Circumvent on my operator. That'd be fantastic. All right, Muscle Mommy versus Thick Mommy. Let's go. And yes, I am aware. I'm aware. I'm not taking any criticism. I see what you freaks say about Leon Kennedy, and me saying I want to be turned into an ink press by this extremely thick warframe is tame in comparison.
Vesper relay. Not as it was. Now my master is... Follie is here. You cannot kill her, but you can outsmart her. Maybe she can.
Oh, there's some paint. Okay. Now let's get some paint. As long as it's consensual and end of age, I don't really care. Understandable. I'm mostly just calling out the hypocrisy.
You wanted to provoke a reaction, and now you have.
Mm-hmm.
For you.
Sure. Yeah, good luck trying to kill Hildren. I mean, basically, she's functionally immortal, and it's, not even close. Wait, what is that? Impedes movement? Sticky ink. I hope I get sticky when she's done with me. What? I mean, I said what I said. Okay, there's paint upstairs.
If we need to scream, we don't do it with our mouths. We do it with our pictures.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. Roll quickly. Elevator. Okay.
I wouldn't find out. I know everything.
I'm wondering if the person they turned...
Making progress. I can see it in your brushwork.
Get the feeling that... Okay, I'll discuss my thoughts on the lore here in a bit. Move! BRB need to pee. Go pee, boy. Alright, alright, alright. Warframe makes me lock in. I need more paint.
You've upset the apple cart now.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
Keep drawing into the surface, all of it. Every feeling you have ever felt.
Ooh, they might have overtuned this just a little much. I think they did. Where's the next canvas? Oh, okay. Ah. Okay. It's down there somewhere, apparently.
Oh, you filthy little.
Well, there's some paint, but I don't know where the freaking canvas is.
Do you feel happy? There are tears in your eyes. Are they happy tears?
Oh, come on. This is such a rage bait game mode. Holy. I can't see shit either, that's the thing. There we go, finally. And stop exploding in front of me. Ugh.
I can have you put back in your capsule like that.
Okay, something tells me Foley was some sort of therapist for the Tenno when they got out of the Zeraman. Where's the paint? Oh, really? Oh, well, that's frustrating.
Cast the bad thoughts out of your mind and onto the canvas.
That is a...
They go. Plish, splash, blush.
That's really annoying.
Look at what a mess you made. You'll have to clean this up, you know.
Oh my word, this is so annoying. They really overtuned this. Bro, look at this shit.
You're becoming quite agitated. Good. We're getting somewhere.
I'm gonna be pissed off if this frame is like a...
Is it the voices again?
Yeah, it's your voice because you frickin' piece of overtuned junk content. Like, legitimately. Stop it, holy. Okay, okay. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. It's just extremely overtuned. Like, it is so overtuned.
Feelings have a shape. Can you paint them a theme?
The only reason I'm doing it on Steel Path, I could do it on like normal Star Chart, but it's like, you know, I hate having to downgrade from Steel Path because the content is just ridiculous. Like, this shouldn't be happening. I'm not a low-level player. This is like actually kind of ridiculous. Holy shit. Okay, let me stop and look up some things, because this is... Oh my word. I think everybody is agreeing with me about this is like a bad game mode. I'm reading some of the comments on this game mode. Everybody's shitting on it. Like, dude, there's no way to do this without it being painful. Like, I'm looking through all this, and I'm trying to find a better method to do this. No. There has to be a better way to do this. No way this got past playtesting without some effective way to do this. Because this reeks of the same bullcrap we experienced way back in the day with frickin' necromech farming. This is like, at least mirror defense actually let you progress after a while. This just feels like shit, man. Okay. Well, I don't have Dante, and I don't want to... Okay, they're talking about community feedback. All right, look. Incoming rant. Incoming rant. All right. I can't believe we have to talk about this fucking years later. All right? Cuz I'm looking at the grind. Let me show you. All right, we're going to move over to the relay. Sorry guys. I know I don't like going into full rant mode, but hang on. Let's move over to the relay here. And I'm going to publicly share this real quickly, and I'm going to break my shyness to directly tag Warframe in this, because I'm going to frickin' save this part of the VOD and post it after stream, because we're going to talk about this. And it's going to be a rant incoming, and it's going to be a big fucking rant here. So, most frames these days, most frames that have, you know, RNG rewards that are tied to a certain rotation, like, say, Citrine, Varuna, and other frames like that, they all have a pity store for that you pay with a certain resource you get from the new
an important task undone. It was his duty to teach me the sacred script of Hexus, but he never did.
Hang on.
Despite my struggles. So you see, we must find him. How else am I to read the letters he sent?
Okay.
I wish I could offer you more.
So, I want you to look at this really quickly. Pity stores like this are ridiculous. 12,000 for the main blueprint and 400 for each part, when the resource itself is rare. Every single drop from the mission is 5%. Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of way back in the day when Scarlet Spear was in its heyday. And if you were around for Warframe back then, you know why this sucks. Because they offered arcanes there, and originally, the dev stream said, hey, these arcanes are going to be fully ranked when you purchase them because we want to respect your time. When Scarlet Spear came out, not only was the content exceptionally boring, and the rewards were not that rewarding, they didn't actually sell you fully ranked arcanes. It was unranked, and you had to farm the event for multiple times before you could actually, max out one arcane. And granted, they still do this similarly now, where you can't really purchase fully ranked arcanes. The difference is, though, you're not expected into like the most painful grind possible, and you're not dealing with very painfully boring content like Scarlet Spear. This is exactly like Scarlet Spear in the fact that the content is underwhelming and the grind is a pain in the ass.
The Origin only saw your usefulness.
I
Saw your human for the truth.
I don't think that, locking a very anticipated frame behind a grind like this is popular, and it is insane to me. Okay, well, thank you for the resource chance drop. Thank you. But it is insane to me that they didn't learn anything from that event. They did learn from that event. That makes it worse. They did learn from that event. We never got something as bad as Scarlet Spear ever again. Like, period. And now we get essentially what is the Scarlet Spear 2.0, where the content is boring and the fucking grind is awful. Sorry for my language, but guys, you have playtesters. How is it you've been able to drop banger after banger for the past, say, 2 years consistently? And then this happens where you basically you take everything bad about grinding for Citrine and make it infinitely worse. I understand you don't want people to blaze through your content, but like forcing everybody into operator mode and taking away their only movement tool, which is effectively their only survival tool in a game mode like this, is absolutely inane. I don't understand why you thought this was going to be well accepted. You have playtesters that are within the Warframe community. How did this get past all of those playtesters? Either you didn't host any sort of playtest whatsoever, or worse yet, you have yes men on your playtest team. So what do you expect the community to say? This is nowhere near as bad as, how Scarlet Spear was. That was damn near community ending. That was Warframe was seriously in the stage of, this game is so bad, nobody really should recommend this right now. The state of the game back then was rough. And, we've managed to drastically improve. But again, who decided this grind? Who came up with this grind? Because it's not fun. The content is neither engaging or rewarding for the amount of struggle you have to go through. And 3, the pity prices are so insane that, like, honestly, you're better off grinding out the frame drop chances, because you are never going to get that amount of resources. Let me see. So it's like 400 a piece plus 1,200. Let me crunch those numbers real quickly. Yeah, so that's 2,400 just for the full frame alone.
Some people say that
And does it require the resources for
maybe these offerings
from the mission for any of these crafts? No, thankfully. I don't understand what they were thinking. I really don't understand what they were thinking. It boggles the mind. There is nothing fun about this content. I'm still gonna farm it because obviously I want the thick fucking frame. But like, bro, again, why? Why would you release this in this state? I understand you've got to update the game regularly, and it's been, what, almost a... the old piece came out around December of last year, if I recall correctly. But, like, dude... Yeah, I think they rushed the push. I agree with that, too. And, listen, I understand you have to have a regularly updated game. I understand that. I've been playing this game since 2018. I understand that. The problem is, when stuff like this gets rushed, it's gonna be shit. And look, I know that's not what they did. This isn't what they do. I know. I understand that they are not actively trying to, you know, pull this what some more idiotic members of the community are gonna think, because Warframe is a free-to-play game, and you can purchase almost everything, right? And it's going to look like, when the content is this bad and this grindy, to the idiots who have one fucking brain cell, they're gonna look at the market and think, oh, well, this is just their way of subtly saying, hey, don't actually grind for this frame, just purchase it. Just purchase it. Whoa. Okay, that's a really cool looking skin. Anyway, like, they're gonna... It just makes the idiots think they're incentivizing just paying for it with platinum. Which, you know, I think, personally, I would much rather pay with real money than do this. I don't understand. Where is this community feedback? Yeah. We're gonna... Anyways, I think this is like a horrible misstep for Digital Extremes when they've been doing so well for a long time. It's just frustrating. Anyhow, we're gonna do the non-Steel Path version. I genuinely cannot do the Steel Path version. It is ridiculously overtuned. I'm reading more comments. It is... I'm looking more at this info. Okay, so... Okay, alright, good news. So here's the community feedback. Okay, so some of these changes are good. They need to change. They need to lower the price of the pity shop. All right, they've changed things, and you know that's good. That's all well and good. The pity shop needs to be so much less pricey because it is legitimately ridiculous. Even if you do up the spawns of the resource balloons, there's no efficient way to pop them all because you're being chased by 30 different things. And kneecapping the operator was a mistake, because if you're going to force us into playing operator mode, we need to be able to move past the horde of enemies, because no operator, unless they are fucking min-maxed out the shitter, is going to be able to handle that. So frustrating. I'm not even gonna bother. I don't like bashing on Warframe. They genuinely do good 99.9999% of the time. There's rarely a time where the game mode just sucks. This is one of those times where the game mode just sucks, even when they push out these changes that make it more bearable. I just, man, I hate it when games do this. This is the kind of stuff that made me just stop playing Destiny. Time just not being respected.
Follie is here. And I'll kill her, but you can't outsmart her.
Now my question is, what is the rotations for the blueprints? Because this is going to be the final make or break thing if I just decide to really just give up on this. Okay, well, good news is all of her blueprints are rotation A, thank God. Why are credit caches 12% of the drop table? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bro. Dude, all right, we're gonna try and get through this without complaint. We're gonna actually try and complete the mission first, and then we're gonna see how bad it truly is. There's our first canvas. If it's still completely unbearable on non-steel path mode, we're gonna just outright say this game mode sucks, and we're gonna do something else. Like, legitimately, I'm gonna do something else, because I am not dealing with a grind this frustrating. Shush. Okay, well, at least we can do decent damage to Follie. Only 2 arm. This is going to be frustrating. I am not looking forward to farming this. This is a little bit more bearable on Steel Path, thankfully. Did you not? Okay. It's a little bit more bearable on non-steel path mode, but that isn't a good sign if that's... if that's the way you tell people to make this grind bearable, play on non-steel path, which is so much slower. Unless you've got like a really, unless you got like a resource booster or something. Okay, there's paint over here. Could things stop jumping at me from the shadows? Good lord. All right. Die. Holy shit. Maybe we get lucky and we get all... Maybe we get lucky and we get all the parts first try. But I doubt that. Bro, honestly though, bro,
The paint doesn't care what's real or unreal. You can make it into whatever you need.
Cool, now give me paint.
Nothing is coming to hurt you. You are safe.
Wrong, that is so much of a lie, it's not even funny. This grind is gonna hurt me so badly. What is that? Oh. I'm like flinching constantly. This is just not fun. Because by the time you get to like the... Bro, who designed this? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Very, Very helpful for my crippled self-esteem about this. Okay.
Take this one back to storage. We're done for now.
Mr. Fogg, how do I thank you?
That's it? That's it. That's it? So it's not even an endless mission. It's just a you complete it and then you're out. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. They make you suffer through like one of the slowest missions they have ever released. They handicap every single method of making sure you're, efficiently making your runs. And then they insult you by putting a 3,000 credit cash frickin' reward as the second highest on the drop table. Hey, Digital Extremes, what are you smoking and where can I get some? Because are you kidding me? Bro, this is ridiculous. And to top it all off, a frickin' piddling amount of the primary resource in order to skew your stupid drop rates. Oh, sorry, I didn't even get the credit cash. I got the endo, which, which is only slightly less insulting because you can get endo from every single mission type. I'm so pissed off my model is breaking. I don't mean to I'm not trying to be mean-spirited about this. This is just frustrating because it's like, I know Digital Extremes knows how to make grinds that respect the player's time. This just takes a massive dump on it and tells you to piss off and here's some candy. That took let's see. Because I know it took me 8 minutes. 8 minutes to do this, which is not that bad. Don't get me wrong. But 8 minutes a piece for this crap, only getting 29 Armentum. And this is not Steel Path, but mind you. Okay, we're gonna do one more time, but if we get something annoying like credits or endo again, we're just gonna... I'm gonna legitimately... I'm legitimately just gonna drop it. We're gonna go play something else.
This is it. By some void madness, Follie's shadowgraph survived Vesper's annihilation.
Because...
Follie is here. You cannot kill her, but you can't outsmart her.
We're gonna turn off the game audio. This is pissing me off. I'm not gonna pay for it with platinum because that just basically, to me, seems like I'm admitting defeat and I'm buying into that whole... I'll start buying into that whole conspiracy theory about this is what they wanted. They wanted this fight to be unbearable, so that way more people would purchase it with platinum. That's my theory, because there's no real justification that comes to my mind that you've made infinitely better, more user-friendly content that actually respects your time. It is... I am not going to nod out of that, but bro, just a 1,000 credit... Let's see. Putting 1,000 endo on the reward table or a 3,000 credit cash on the reward table is such bullspit. I am sick. I am sick of filler rewards. there really is no purpose to them other than artificially inflating the time that you're playing this game mode. Okay? It is ridiculous. It is poor decision. I cannot, there is no way your playtesters didn't bring that up at least once when QA testing this, because even with the changes you have made, which has made this only slightly more bearable, it's still a pain in the rear to grind. There's no efficient way to do so because you've got all the canvases all over the damn place, and you can't parkour through it efficiently because of how it's designed. It is asinine. This made it past QA testing. There's genuinely no way this was quality tested. There is absolutely no way. So again, we're gonna do this one more time, and truthfully, if we don't get a blueprint piece or something, if we get the Syndicate medallions, by the way, they added in the Syndicate medallions to the drop table. Seriously? I legitimately, seriously. Because we're totally struggling. We're totally, the economy for, basic faction standing. Yeah, that's something we were in short supply of. It's not like you just gain more standing from just passively playing the game. Sure. But sure, just go with that. Let's just go with that. Unbelievable. Even with the changes they made, this does feel genuinely like Scarlet Spear 2.0. And don't try and make the excuse of, well, you're playing the non-Steel Path version, so you're kind of neutering yourself. The Steel Path version is freaking cancerous. Sorry, not cancerous. That's a horrible way to put it. The Steel Path version is unbearable because every single enemy you can't kill. I mean, you could try, but look at that. I can't even this is non-Steel Path enemies, and they're not dying. Now, to be fair, I'm using a weaker weapon, but even if I were... Okay. To be fair, I am using a weaker weapon. No, that's on me. I'll collect my final thoughts as soon as we get through this mission. It's just, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated they locked this amazing frame behind all this. It is legitimately frustrating. And that's it. That took less time than the last run, but, you know. Let's see what we got. Are you shitting me? You have to be unironically shitting me. Like, what was the point of adding these in? Did they change something? Because I don't think they did. Where's the newsletter? Okay. We've got what? Mission improvements. Okay, so they didn't change anything to to syndicates and standing. So legitimately, this was just another filler reward to make sure you didn't, like, get Follie too quickly. Okay. I'm pissed. I am legitimately pissed. They didn't add anything that you can trade. I'm legitimately pissed off. Okay, well, this time it only took 7 minutes, but like legitimately, hang on. So we've done 2 missions. We've only gotten 71 of the resource we need. We need 3,200 just for Follie. And that's not mentioning everything else that's in the shop. Sounds like some pretty standard practice. Not for Digital Extremes. This is the first time they've had a fuck up this badly in years. This is the first time in years that we've genuinely had... Let me show you. Because I can show you examples of them doing this properly. I can show you 2. This is like the first time they fucked up this badly. Because, like, you know, increasing the drop rates and, like, the amount you get for doing the mission and, like, popping the bubbles, that's a good step in the right direction. That really is. But it immediately falls flat on its face when, in comparison to the other stores, let's see. So, in comparison to the other stores, it's actually not extremely expensive for the pity shop. Okay? Like, this, I have so much of this resource that I could just outright start building Varuna now if I really wanted to. Which isn't exactly on my priority list, but that's a different story. So that's one example of them doing this properly. And now, if we head over to Deimos, I can show you another example of them doing this properly, to where it doesn't actually feel like I'm getting fisted with a cactus grinding out a frame. Hang on. It genuinely boggles the mind that they didn't think about this when designing Follie. Like, if you wanted people to resource sync into the new content, then there was enough there was enough justification with the new mods you're releasing. So here, for Dante, right? It's a bit more expensive, but still reasonable. It's still fucking reasonable to do this. You can do this while just playing the game passively. You don't have to fucking worry about the... You don't have to worry about efficiently doing your runs. Okay? You don't need to worry about that. You can just play the content, and naturally, over time, you get enough to complete the set of your frame. that should be the standard, honestly. But then when you get to Foley, with, by the way, so for those of you who are unfamiliar to Warframe, there are frames that are quote unquote box breakers that, you know, crack open resource caches kind of just like passively, just by playing the game, right? With Foley, those bubbles that we were popping before, I looked, you cannot pop them with those frames. They have to be popped manually. And I don't think they changed that. It wasn't mentioned in the patch notes, at least. Okay, so there's some lore stuff here. Okay, that's it. Oh, my word. Okay, so this is... Yeah, okay, this is just... Oh, my word. This is literally just for the visuals. Literally. Wow. Okay. Anyways, we have Dante and Varuna as our examples of this part done very well. We have Foley, you know, it's like with Dante and Varuna being cheaper and, you know, Dante having a bit of a price hike slightly. This just is fucking exponential with the price hike. Just... Not only do you dilute the drop tables by adding in credit caches, endo, adding in all of the syndicate medallions, which realistically aren't as useful as they were back in, say, 2020. Okay? Because it is atrociously easy to grind basic syndicate standing. It is just, it's downright trivial because you just gain that passively playing the game. I think, like... There is not a day where like most of my syndicates aren't maxed out. So with that, with those drop tables in combination with this, it is a insane grind to expect people to do. It is insane that this is this high. Because, you know, the justifications of using, oh, just get resource boosters or, you know, play with people. Group runs are frustrating as hell because you really can't do much. Thank you, Priest. Thank you for doing that during my very important rant. Anyways, I'm not kidding you. I'm going to post about this to Digital Extremes. This is ridiculous. Because it's... I had dairy. Yeah. Point being, you have examples almost every single time you've done this sort of pity system where you have a secondary resource for players to grind within these missions, be it Dante, Citrine, frickin' Varuna. All of these frames have pity systems that are reasonable. This is unreasonable. This is ridiculous. This is telling every single player, I don't respect your time, and this is the exact same feeling, the exact same gut feeling I get when I was playing Scarlet Spear years ago. I don't know how you can learn from that mistake going forward and then make this mistake this late into the game. Not even grinding out the old piece stuff was this frustrating. Uriel was relatively easy. It's not a problem to have high resource costs within your frame grinds. The problem arises when you make the high cost and make the resource you need to find a pain in the ass to farm. It doesn't make sense, and I don't understand how and why you made this decision. Because I would genuinely like to know what process made you go through, what process did you go through to determine these prices and this way to grind the resource? Because there really isn't an efficient way. You can't you can't pop the boxes with Zaku or Geyer, you know, and Steel Path is completely unbearable unless you are like a crazed min-maxer. And I know the most of the fan base of this game are, but like most people are not. I hate it when content forces me to select a certain frame just to get by. And not excel, get by. Point is, at the end of the day, I have seen Digital Extremes do the pity system properly. Time after time, I have seen them do it properly. I don't know how this got past QA. I don't know how this got past QA. And by the way, the 3,200 number I gave you is just for these 4 pieces. If you want her signature weapon, the grind is more like 6,400. 6,400 of the most painful resource to acquire, bar none. It's anger-inducing. And again, it's enough. It's enough to make me say, screw this. I'm going to do something else. I really wanted this frame. This frame is awesome looking. I mean, it's a fucking thick warframe. What's not to love? But I don't want to spend hours of my life grinding this. I don't. I understand that there is grind in this game. It's a grind-heavy game, but this is the kind of grind that feels like you're shoving a cheese grater to my balls. I don't understand it. I don't understand the thought process. Anyways, we're going to test it out with Geyer. Marking this down. I'm going to cut this down later, and I'm going to post this rant. I genuinely do not think that... I just genuinely don't understand. How can you make the same pain in the ass Scarlet Spear grind 2.0? I don't understand how you can do that again. You nearly lost 90% of your community over how badly Scarlet Spear was done. Just, I don't know how you make something of the exact same level of grind. I don't understand it. And like I said, I don't like being all doom and gloom about this. This is just, it's ridiculous. Let's just go with the Nadaruk. Anyways. I'm probably gonna... I still want Foley. I mean, obviously I do. Because, look. If I'm gonna have a hot frame... If there was ever a frame that is worth this grind, at the end of the day, just based on design alone, it's this one. Because, holy shit, she is thick as hell. That's great. I just wish this content was actually fun and didn't feel like I was suffering through pain and misery. Okay, now to see if we can actually pop the bubbles with Geyer's 4. Or not, because of the stupid energy drain shit. Give me that. Well, now I can't test it because of that energy drain. Okay, well, there's one canvas. You just need more energy and then we'll be fine. At least with Arc Sphere, I can start regenerating energy a little bit. I'm genuinely frustrated. I gotta apologize to everyone here who's watching the stream tonight. This isn't fun to watch. This really isn't. It's not fun to watch me get frustrated. I genuinely, like, I understand it's funny to see me get rage baited, but it's genuinely infuriating the fact that I feel like I'm just throwing my freaking head against the wall. This is the equivalent of watching paint dry in terms of how boring this is. There's nothing fun or engaging about this at all. It's just it's boring. It's bland. It's just been done so poorly, chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for making you go through this, and I'm sorry for 90% of this stream being a rant. And look at that. Look at that. We've only gotten 7 of the resource because they don't drop from the enemies. I love this. I'm chill with it. I get it. It's just I'm venting my frustrations because I'm so frustrated right now. There's like I don't know how the rotations work on this game mode though. That's my question. Because if it's like and see, look at that. It's stuff like that. Really? Holy shit. I hate this so much. And there we go. All right, let's see what we get. And 1K endo. I'm done. I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I don't understand. I do not get it. I don't get how any of this got past QA. I do not know. You have the insane prices in the pity shop. You have the resources you need to actually use that pity shop be a pain in the ass to farm and grind. And you add more filler drops that really have no use to most players like me who have been playing this game for years. And yeah, you just make the content boring. I'd be willing to forgive all of that if I didn't feel like I was just playing Dead by Daylight in Warframe. Do I look like somebody who wants to play a piss poor version of Dead by Daylight in Warframe? I don't like being negative Nancy on the content that the devs make. I really don't. But when I feel like my time is not being disrespected, I've got a full-time job now, right? I've got a full-time job. I don't have the time to no-life one singular piece of content in Warframe because this is one of those no-life grinds. I don't understand how you can make Varuna's pity system and Dante's pity system. Even Citrine's pity system wasn't this bad. And grinding for Citrine is a pain in the ass. How can you have 3 instances of you doing this perfectly fine and expecting a reasonable amount of grind in comparison to Follie, who I have seen predatory gacha games with less intense grind? So I don't know how this got past QA Digital Extremes. I really don't. I love what you guys do constantly. Every single update up until this point has been banger after banger after banger. It has not missed. This is the first time in almost 5 years, I think, where you have genuinely missed the mark to such a massive degree that I feel like I'm playing through Scarlet Spear again. Just to reiterate one more time, insane resource costs for the pity system, low drop chance for the actual parts you actually want, and worst yet, making the resource a pain in the rear and genuinely not a fun way to grind. The reason why Varuna, Dante, and Citrine work is because actively playing the game mode gives you the resources you need passively. In order to farm Foley, you have to dedicate time out of the mission to gather the resource, and you have to do it in a relatively manual fashion. It just doesn't work. It's frustrating. It doesn't work. And you combine all of these factors, and you cause the frustration that I am currently feeling. Better yet, I'm pretty sure 90% of the player base agrees with that. The changes you made are a step in the right direction. They were, but it needs more. Okay? Enemies should drop the frickin' resource much more often if you want this much for the pity system. The grind shouldn't feel like I'm expected to no-life this particular section and game mode more than I no-life some other games. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. And I don't come onto stream to get frustrated and pissed off. I really don't. This is just the first time in a long time that Digital Extremes has fumbled the bag so badly. And honestly, it's not too late. They can fix this. It needs to be a little bit more sweeping. It needs to be a lot less insufferable. I feel exhausted. We've been at this for 2 hours, by the way. I'm letting myself stabilize a bit, man. Ay, ay, ay. I said we were gonna do something else, but man, I just don't feel like streaming anymore. This is how freaking annoyed I am. Okay. I'm gonna end off stream. I am so sorry for this being completely shit in terms of content. Tomorrow we'll do something, and I promise you it's gonna be much better than this today. I am so sorry, guys. But this is just extremely frustrating. I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. I'm gonna go take some aspirin. I genuinely haven't been this angry in a long fucking time. Over a video game, at least. All right. Thank you guys for watching. So sorry for the bullshit. Y'all have a good rest of your day.